What's up, guys? Playing some more battles here. Playing against a pretty good opponent. He has one of the new skins, so he's always been grinding quite a bit. So basically, how I play all these battles is just try to get eco early. Don't send too much because I won't necessarily be going that late game. Often you don't actually even have camo detection, like this battle here. So I won't go past level or round 12, which just means you have to get some lives off your opponent early. So we're both trying to do that by sending blacks here. He's got chippers up, which does a pretty decent job for him, but they don't make him any money. So definitely able to take a little bit of advantage here just by getting that 80 around from each of my Cobras. Plus they give me a nice little boost on defense. Here I'm getting up a bunch of balloon adjustments because he can't see defense or camos, and so I'm just going to try to take some lives off of him before round 12 so that I can beat him to getting all those camo pinks through. And I'm taking him down right at the beginning of round 12, and he tries taking me out, but doesn't work. I managed to defend it. So, I got farms quite a bit while I was playing. I tend to start with farms, unless I get something crazy like farms and, I don't know, ice tower. Even that I would probably start, but just kind of have to be smart, know what you're able to defend well, and just be careful. For random trio, I think that it's more important than for any of the other games to plan ahead. Because with normal battles, you pretty much know what's going to happen, kind of know what is in the other person's range, what they might send you, and what they can defend. Because most people kind of go with dark farm and something else, scheme. You're always going to have those outliers that do some other things, but that's the general thing. With this, obviously it's random, so it's not going to be very often that you get dark farm. So you just kind of have to be aware of what your weaknesses are, and obviously what your opponent's weaknesses are. They're going to be the same thing, basically. It depends a little bit on how you build your defense. Like right now, he's a little bit more weak to camo than I am. So I have 3 wizards and he doesn't. He just has 1 lightning wizard. So I send him some camo ceramics, and there's basically nothing he can do. Wizards are pretty weak against ceramics, and he didn't have any help from his other towers. So here I'm starting off with Cobras there, getting that little bit of extra eco right at the beginning. Then I'm going to get up that monkey ace as well as the other guy. Cost me a couple lives, but gave me a bit of an eco advantage, I think. It also gives me a bit of a defensive advantage because it allows me to defend those pinks quite a bit better than just the ace by itself. Still having a boost, but does a pretty good job for me. Personally speaking, I absolutely hate that upgrade, the double shot or whatever. I don't know if I've ever used it really. If you're going to do it, just get another, if you need more defense, just get another Cobra, get that extra money, and get that extra little bit of defense. I had quite a few fails on this. If you watch my late game, quote-unquote late game video, then you'll see that I make a fail too there with building farms. Because I always have my farm in my second slot, just so that I know where all my towers are. I put Dart Monkey in the first slot, Banana Farm in the second slot, and then whatever else I bring in the third slot. Just makes it easier. So I made quite a few mistakes here, placing down what I thought was going to be the farm with something else. I was kind of tired when I was playing, so that didn't necessarily help that much. But yeah, if you do watch another video, just be advised, it's not going to be that much gameplay. It's more kind of oriented about what my channel is, where my channel is going, and kind of what people are interested in watching. So here I'm just trying to put some pressure on him. He doesn't end up boosting until really late. He might have boosted earlier and it just lagged and didn't show that. but that kind of was a problem for him. I sent those pinks just to clear out all of that foam, the cleansing foam, and then sent some camo pinks after just to take them out. So, going darts here, probably the best starting tower in the game, just because it's so dang cheap, and also pretty dang powerful. We don't have any farms, so we're just both going pretty hard on the eco. Also, with dart, you don't really have that much of a limit, because you can see camo, you can defend camo pretty well. So, kind of have to go a little bit harder on the eco early, try to get that bit of an advantage. We're both sending yellows here, and we're both ending up boosting. He boosted a little bit late, and I maybe should have played defense first and defended his rush and then rushed him, but it worked out okay. We both ended up boosting, so we both kind of lost that boost, and it worked out in the end. I leak one lead there. Isn't great, but that's kind of the power of the reroll lead. I do the same thing to him, basically. I see him sell his towers, I quickly defend that rush, then I send a rush at him, because I know he's kind of pretty much going all in. And I just managed to sneak that through right before he takes me out. Might have been able to defend his rush if I had just gone full defense, but I saw him selling his towers, so I just decided to try to take him out instead of trying to defend a full-on rush. And it worked out. So, here I'm playing against the guy who wants me to rush him, so kind of have to do that. I'm pretty much morally obligated to do that. Both starting out pretty hard on the eco, and neither of us really has that much of an advantage. I might have a little bit of advantage because I didn't buy that one upgrade, and he's falling a little bit behind because he's building some more towers, which he needs, but still gives me a bit of advantage. Here, getting up the tack shooter, mostly just to help with a lot of mass balloons. It helps a bit against something like blacks, but it's mainly just to pop one layer off of 30 balloons or whatever. Sending him some regrow leads and then pinks. He didn't necessarily need to boost there. He's a pretty solid defense, probably a little bit stronger than mine. So I figured that I'd get up one of those boxes, I don't even know what they're called, just to get me some extra eco here, make sure that I can have a little bit of a way to defend his rush if he sends it at me. I wasn't doing a great job there. I forgot to pick up the box a couple times, and he just has one Dartling gunner. He does have the plasma burst, or whatever it's called, but that's not going to do very well against a mass amount of balloons, so I do end up rushing him and taking him out there. I played Battle River probably 4 times. I'm just guessing there, I'm not exactly sure. And I think I got subs every single time, which is nice. It's a decent map for subs, especially for a radioactive sub. It just does pretty good damage since it loops around so much. So there's a little lag. I think that was just, I don't know what that was. When I was playing the game, it seemed to lag a lot longer. I don't know. Might have been just a bad connection on one of our ends. Getting a nice little eco lead, making him upgrade, build a second sub. Nice there to get that little bit of advantage early. Since we do have pretty decent towers, the sub's enough to defend through around, I don't know, 20, pretty much if you play your hand right. Sending him a bit of a yellow rush there, trying to get him to boost, he does, which is good. Sending some more yellows at him. They don't do that much damage. I was expecting them to do a little bit more, but with all 3 of those subs, he was able to defend pretty well. He sends me a camo rush, but I have that sub down there, and so I'm able to defend it pretty easily. Send some balloons at him, he surrenders, so that kind of ends it off on a little bit of an easy victory there. So, if you enjoyed that, then I hope you come back and watch my next video. Well, that means just kind of paying attention and deciding to come back sometime or subscribing or whatever. I hope to see you then.